All right, the Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Bucks. NFL pick for Sunday. The Falcons on the road, a 2.5 point underdog. Buccaneers here favored. The total currently at, well, I better dial it up. I know some of these have moved for sure. And so what you'll see is an update of the move, probably from 36 to 48 hours maybe. In this one, the Bucks are 2.5. The total is down to 37. um, so before we get into it, I mean, Mr. Under, after all, who picked three overs last week. Yeah, kicking ourselves here a little bit on that, but the unders, if you didn't catch it, I mean, it was a massive tidal wave or non-tidal wave here with points. Unders were big time last week in the games. And putting me on the spot now. 3, 12, and 1. 12 unders, I think is what it was. Let me see. I have it here. I just don't. I like to feel like I got it in my brain, and the old brain's getting old, so I got to look it up. But no doubt, just a massive week to the unders last week, and you see this total dropping here to 37, off of an opener of 39. You got, Ritter with all kinds of questions to a certain extent on his, long-term viability as a quarterback, his ability to get the ball downfield, even here, as, sometimes in this spot. But boy, it does certainly feel like this move to the total is kind of right on. I don't know. At 37, you got Tampa Bay, who's had a terrific, better, might be ruffling the paper under the computer there, making that noise again. So, nonetheless, does feel like this total here, like the move feels kind of right to me. But man, I was really hoping to get this, at a price where I could go under. But if that's the move, here are the stats on some of that stuff. Now, it was a 12, 2, 12 and 1. Is that right? Last week. So the average line was 44, and the average combined points in the games was 36.7, which is just slightly under this number. But the unders fell through the roof last week. And this one, like I said, it's already been steamed to the over under. I know the sharps can initiate some buyback here at this price. So I don't think Tampa Bay is in a great spot here, and I'll probably buy it up, and I might even try to want to get maybe on Atlanta here. Feels like what I'm going to do. Yeah, Ferner says he's on the Mayfield fade train. Right. So here's what you're dealing with, right? That's always interesting to look at. Remember, we always have to look in the back of our mind. Baker has been, yes. Was he first round draft? Was he first draft choice? Yes. Has he already been to a few teams? Yeah. Things really have not worked out for Baker, and here he's really a free agent starting quarterback here for the Bucks. And okay, it's a good fit. It's a nice story. Whatever you want, Baker Mayfield maybe to have some success. But I'm going to take the points here with Atlanta. I don't think that total is going back up, and still could make my premiums. I just really feel like that's where I have to look with this one. But I'm going to take Atlanta here. Take these 2.5 points. I don't think it's going up. I don't think you're going to get the hook there, but you're going to want to buy the hook And you're going to want to buy a little more than that, maybe too. But I think Atlanta, the situation to me favors Atlanta here. Let's see here. All right, yeah. Well, I'm going to roll with the no other stat for me. I don't think in this one as far as you know maybe clarifying my position in the game with them. The Falcons have scored. Um, they're going to be competitive here. They're not going to get held down. I don't think too. Well, they might get held down because I think I'm expecting kind of a low scoring game. But Falcons only lost. They lost at Detroit. They lost 20-6, but that was at Detroit. So Falcons, they are a slow starting team. They're 0-5-1 straight up in the first half, but are still a managed 3-3 record. I like that. They do show some moxie. They've been basically outscored 73 to 36 in the first half so far this season. And usually games that are closely rated are not the best spot, but Falcons in division 8-4-1 against the spread on the road in their last 12. Tampa Bay defense has been awesome so far. They've allowed 8 touchdowns on 50 drives so far this season. Tampa's gone under in 4 of 5 games. The Falcons have gone under in, I want to say 12 of their last 14 or 11 of their last 13, something to that effect. They are 1-5 to the under so far this season. So I mean, that's what I'm saying with this particular total. It's getting kind of scary, but man, is it going to be like 17-16 or something like that in this game? The Buccaneers have won 6 of the last 7 in this series. These are familiar opponents here, don't forget. And it has gone over in 6 of the last 8 meetings in this series. So I'm just reserving the total at this point. I'm taking Tampa. I'm taking Atlanta. Atlanta. Get it? Make sure we get it right. Plus a couple of points here for sure. Close game. I imagine close game. I want 2.5. I want 3. I want 3.5. Whatever.